Hi, I'm Christy with Vegan Food for Thought, and the aloe tripod is kind of crooked today and not, it's just kind of how the aloe grows, I guess. It's, until I get a tripod, that's just kind of the way it's going to happen. So, hi. Anyways, today I finally had some time to think and to read some stuff. That's like my favorite thing to do. My favorite videos to make are ones that actually get people thinking and ones that get me thinking. So anyways, I have some theories and some stuff that I wanted to talk about. Um, let's see. So today I was thinking about how plants have evolved to feel pain and they've evolved to be eaten also. So this article I'm going to link below is about the newest study. There are a couple studies actually that are going on, but they've been studying plants for a while now. And the most recent one was about mustard greens and how they might not feel pain, but they sense pain. I don't know if they have pain. I guess that would mean they have pain receptors, basically. Yeah. And that they release mustard oil when they're being eaten. When they hear the sound of the caterpillar or when they're being eaten, actually, they release mustard oil and that kind of repels the caterpillar. So I would imagine it's for like any pest. And I've actually heard this for organic crops, is that when they're eaten a little bit by bugs, they have like an immune system and they release certain oils or defense mechanisms, and that actually makes them better and healthier for us to eat them. So I've heard the benefit on that side. Now, obviously, if the plant's releasing certain things to not be eaten, it doesn't want to be eaten by a caterpillar. But then it also helps make them stronger, excuse me, and makes them better. Whoa, we almost lost it. We almost lost the tripod. The aloe almost dumped the phone. Anyways, so what that does is, let's see, it makes the plant healthier, but it also helps protect the plant, so it prevents them from being eaten. Say if we were to spray pesticides all over the plant and the plant just is automatically repelling the bugs and things, then it doesn't have that opportunity to to prevent, to release its own internal systems or repellents that way. So I think this is really interesting on a couple different levels, basically, but there's a quarter, and we should really, I guess, I made a couple conclusions, and I can't think right now, but, okay, now I'm thinking again. Yeah, sorry, this video is supposed to be more straightforward, but anyways, okay, they produce chemicals, they produce substances that repel, so oils and things, they produce certain things that repel little bugs from eating them, and they found that's good. So they obviously, the conclusion of this article was that they feel pain. They register pain, and what I would like to say, actually, is that they feel pain, but they don't do certain things that animals would do. They don't run, they don't scream, they don't fight, they don't I guess releasing the mustard oil would be it's a reaction, but it's not like harming the caterpillar, basically. From what I've seen, it might not taste good to the caterpillar, but they react in that way. But here's the other thing that I'd like to say is that if you eat like a leaf of a mustard green plant, it will survive. It'll be just fine. It'll keep on going. It'll produce seeds, flowers, whatever. Even if you chop off the flower, it can produce another flower, maybe, 2 or 3 times, even if you were to do that, if it's a healthy plant. But if you were to chop off even one leg on a cow, it would not grow back. And it might not even survive, actually, unless you suture it or but the cow's going to be limping for the rest of its life. I don't know if cows can even walk with 3 legs. I've never seen a 3-legged cow before. But it's going to be a difficult life for that cow. It's never going to be the same as a plant could be. Even if you chop off a plant down to the roots, sometimes they grow back. I mean, if it's a really strong and healthy plant, I've seen that happen plenty of times. You need more grape juice? Bring it here. I'll fill it up. And so that's the way that plants, I feel like, have evolved to be, is to no, you can't take off that lid yourself. They've evolved to be eaten, basically. They're healthier if they are eaten by caterpillars. They have more, substances that prevent them from being, that repel them from, repel bugs from them and stuff like that. So basically, they do that. There's also another study that I don't... Hey, can you be quiet for a minute? Give me the other cup. So sequoia trees in the forest, if there's a fire going on, they have actually, from what I've read, you gotta give me your other cup. That one. No. Just put that over there then. Doesn't look like you drank it all anyways. Don't throw it. Hey. I'm not filling it up for you then. Okay. So, sequoia trees, they release... Somebody's on the table. They're not supposed to be. Anyways, if there's a fire, they will release certain substances that communicate with other trees, that other trees can actually register. They can somehow they sense it, or I'm not sure what. Don't wiggle the table. Hunter, get down right now. Now. I'm going to get you down then. Okay? Get down. I'm going to pick you up. Are those stale chips good? Go pick it up. Get it. Pick it up. Get down from the table and pick that up. Get down right now. I'm going to take you down. I'm going to pick you up and put you down. Okay, sit in the seat like a normal person. Okay. You get it. Get it. Get your chip. Okay. They release stuff. Sorry, it's really hard to make videos when I'm with Hunter. It is. Normally I can just get it all out, and even then it's not like, even if I can just get it all out, it takes forever anyways, but it's gonna take even more forever today, but yeah. Living the dream. Okay. Sequoia trees, they release something, and so anyways, okay, the other trees can sense this, they can pick up on these things, these substances that the trees are releasing, and they release a certain type of sap that makes them more hardy during a fire. So that's a form of communication. And I think that's really cool also. So it shows that plants are definitely responding to their environment. I don't think they have central nervous systems. They don't have obviously they don't have brains and things like that, but they are, sentient. They are a part of the environment. They are sensing things. They are experiencing things in ways that we didn't think they were before. But anyways, my theory is that this seems pretty obvious, is that they've evolved to be eaten. Now, not all trees have, and obviously some better than others, but mainly fruits and berries, not as much nuts and seeds, and vegetables. I'll go over that after, but fruits and berries and things, and some greens. I don't know. I haven't thought too much about roots and starches, but basically fruits and berries have definitely evolved to be eaten. They actually benefit from being eaten. Most of their seeds actually can make it through our digestive tract just fine, and they can be pooped out, and then they can grow. So most plants most fruits basically and berries definitely benefit from being eaten or from being picked and planted somewhere else. If you just let the apples fall off of an apple tree, they'll grow underneath the tree, and that's not the best situation or best place for them to be. They would be competing, for resources, for dirt, for sunlight, for, the water and things, if one tree were growing under the other tree. So it's not really the best situation possible for those trees. But yeah, so I guess that's what my theory is. Anyways, I haven't really heard too much about this, but I'm tired of hearing people say that plants feel pain too and stuff like that. They do feel pain, but they might not feel it in the same way that a cow does. It's not life-threatening to them, but it is something that they respond to, something that they react to and that they do something about. But as far as we can tell with like modern science is that they do respond to these sort of stimulus in their environment, but they also would be just fine if I chopped off a leaf or something too. They would survive just fine and it would grow back. So that's that part of it. Now, I did want to talk about vegetables and like starches and things like that. They don't actually benefit from having their seeds being eaten, but maybe they also, is there a chip stuck? Maybe they also benefit. They might have actually started to closely evolve with humans and being eaten and being farmed. I know that humans were eating starches and cooking them for like, I think it was 100,000 years ago at least. It was when fire was invented, then starches started being cooked and humans were getting larger calorie sources and more calories, more glucose, more sugars from eating those roots and tubers and starches. And from what I've heard, there was a spike in brain growth or development too in human history around that time. So that could be why people are so smart, maybe. But I don't know. There are a lot of theories on that, and I don't have any studies to link right now about that. But those are definitely things to consider. Also, I know that like pine nuts and seeds and stuff like that, they don't benefit from being eaten. But then who could eat like all of the pine nuts off of one pine tree? I mean, that'd be like, like they produce more than what would be eaten in, one sitting or something or from one person. So I don't believe that that's necessarily harmful because trees produce, like, obviously one tree, all the seeds that it produces those aren't intended to be all planted and grown and made into trees or whatever, or grown into trees. Now, the difference in that, like if you think about an animal, if a cow has one calf or even two calves, that might be, I don't know how many cows can have in their lifetime, but it's not hundreds, it's not thousands, it's maybe closer to like around 10 or 20, I don't know. But it's not, I don't believe that they're intended to be, maybe half of them would be, like from a nature standpoint, half of them would have been eaten in the wild if they were being chased by predators. But I don't think even half of them would be if they were healthy. Here's the thing about predators and things in the wild and the way that stuff goes out there is that if there's a sick or a weak calf, it gets eaten. And so the predators would be picking off the unhealthy ones and actually making the rest of the cows healthier, because then those ones are going to go on to produce babies and stuff. So that's just, what would happen in the wild. Now with factory farming, just cows are being produced that are bigger and muscly and just that have more meat and stuff. They're not being encouraged to be healthier. They're given antibiotics and things. They're just living in this state of barely living in a cage their whole life until they're butchered. And I don't think that that's beneficial to cows or to nature or to humans. It's definitely, when they eat meat, it's been shown that it's very damaging. It's bad for the arteries. Cholesterol isn't really something that our bodies ever were evolved to digest or handle. I know that there have been points in human history where meat was helpful, where it, like cities were brought about, but there was still, humans never only farmed meat, except for in small populations. I think Inuits and a couple other tribes of people have evolved to eat like just meat and dairy, but in those sorts of situations, their lifespans are, the average lifespan, something like 30. And that's not, I wouldn't want to bet on that being, something that I don't want to live until I would have been dead already if I were going to live until I'm 30. So, yeah, I don't want to just live until then, or I don't want to be like, say, enjoying my life while eating meat and living, because I've heard that plenty of times. You're not really living if you're not like eating meat or something, or I want to be thriving up until until whenever the end of my life is. I want to be living and thriving and happy and healthy. My number one goal has always been to be happy, and to be healthy, and being happy is a part of being healthy also. So I should wrap this up. I should end this conversation, but that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Anyways, post down below if you have any comments or thoughts on this. I'd love to hear more about it. I haven't really heard too much about, I've heard so much about, people always give that argument that plants feel pain. I believe they do, but then I also believe that all plants have evolved to be eaten basically along with humans and other herbivores. They benefit from it in a lot of situations, it seems like, and it's something that's helpful towards the evolution of plants and humans, or any other animals that are involved in that situation. But yeah, I think that's all for today, and I'm just happy to be doing another video about actually thinking about things. I'm sorry I haven't posted any, I feel like I haven't posted any good topics in a long time, but yeah. I finally had some time to sit and research and to think about things, and that's I'll definitely continue on with those videos, or these, because I definitely want to keep posting about those. Alright, but yeah, now I should really go, because there's grape juice in a cup that's being poured right now.